Hey guys, it's Jem from Jen's Cozy Corner, and in today's video we're going to be doing a 12-hour challenge, but this time we're only going to be working on one kit. The kit we're working on is the Herbarium by Ressa Art and Diamond Art Club. I'll get into all the canvas particulars later, but for now just know we're going to be spending the whole 12 hours working on this kit, and the goal is to get through as much as we possibly can.
I'm all set up and ready to go. I'm working on this canvas backwards at the moment just because I'm still on the first row. I have one more section of this row, which is where I'll be starting over here, and then the aim is to try and get through as much of the second row as possible. My goal for these challenges is always one section every 2 hours for a total of 6 sections. So if I don't count this half section, I will just count in with this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get 7 and we'll finish the second row. But yeah, I'm excited. There's not a huge amount of colors in this one, so it should go somewhat quickly. And yeah. Alright, the timer is ready to go. Excuse my reflection. It's late-ish, so I don't know how much I'll get through tonight, but I thought I'd get started because why not? And yeah, I'll check in with you once I have a little bit of progress. I'll probably try and do at least hourly check-ins, and also just like whenever I've made a significant amount of progress or finish a section or anything like that. Alrighty. Alright guys, thought I'd hop on real quick for an update. Look how satisfying that checkerboard layout is looking. Oh, I just love checkerboarding when there's big sections of color blocking, and these drills are so square that they just click in so perfectly. But anyway, this is where the timer is looking. We've got 11.5 hours to go, and I think my plan is to fill in this checkerboard and then head to bed. But I thought I'd update you now just because look how pretty it looks. Anyway, enough of me nerding out about my checkerboards. I will check in with you tomorrow morning.
Okay, so my dogs are being complete menaces in the background, so here's a voiceover. But essentially, this is from the next morning. I finished in those checkerboards and continued working on this section. We have 11 hours left on the clock, so this is the 1 hour check-in mark, and it's looking good so far. I'm really enjoying working on this section. I just have the little bit in the corner and the arch to go.
Alright guys, we have 10.5 hours left on the timer. And this section is now all done. It looks so good. Oh, there we go, finally focused. But the section's really pretty. And now it's time to start the next row. And I think I'm gonna start over here somewhere. And yeah. Alright, 10-hour update guys. So it's been 2 hours into the challenge. We have 10 to go. And this is where I'm at in this section. So I'm starting to lay down the checkerboards. Haven't made a huge amount of progress. I think I've only been on this section for like half an hour now. But we're getting there slowly but surely. And I'm so excited to get to a head. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this video, but I'm still so excited. But anyway guys, I'll check in with you once I've made a bit more progress.
So after this, I went ahead and lined up all of the drills in a checkerboard formation so I could film a really satisfying clip of me filling in all the blank spaces, because I just love watching that. It's so much fun. But while I do that, I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about this canvas. So like I said earlier, this canvas is the Herbarium by Ressa Art and Diamond Art Club. It's a square drill canvas. It is 25.6 by 36.2 inches or 65 by 91.8 centimeters. It has 96,309 drills, and it is absolutely stunning. It has a slightly lower color count at only 37 colors. So there's a lot of color blocking in this canvas, which is really fun, but definitely requires a little bit more patience to make sure you're actually placing all the drills straight and correct and everything like that. I bought this canvas pretty recently, so it has the updated drill field and the new flatter drills. I really like the new drills. The facets are really pretty, and I feel like they somehow feel more square. They click right into place without very much effort, and I really like them. I also like how satisfying it is to have it feel flat when you run your hand over it. in juxtaposition to some of the older canvases where they had varying facets and some of them were pointy, some of them were not. I much prefer the new drills, but that's a personal preference. This was the first kit I bought that had a human subject as the main focus of the canvas, and it's so pretty. I'm really excited to get started on her face and the lilies. It just looks so beautiful, but the background is still fun. It does have a lot of very nice fairy dust and AB drills. There's a lot of bling in this canvas, which is always fun to diamond paint on. I've worked on this kit in a couple of my other 12-hour challenge videos, but in those videos I was working on multiple whips. One of them I just swapped between canvases. One of them I did like a wheel spinner challenge where the wheel picked my next whip, and that was really fun. But because I'm not filming this canvas in its own video like I am with some of my others, I feel like I don't work on it as much. So I thought it'd be fun to try and do a 12-hour challenge where I just work on this kit, and then I'd be able to make a bunch of progress and I'd be able to put it in a video, and it would just be interesting to see how much I could get done. And overall, I would say this was a really big success. It definitely made me focus on this canvas and actually get some progress. So it might be an idea that I continue into some of my other kits whenever I feel like I'm falling a little bit behind and I want to see some good progress on them. Let me know if you have any other ideas as well on different takes of the 12-hour challenge. Maybe I try doing a 24-hour challenge. Maybe I try something else. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any other cool videos that other creators have done, and I'll be sure to check them out and try them myself. We have 9 hours remaining on the timer, and we finished this side of the section, and we just started the extra like half section on the side, but still got a little bit to go there. But that's where we're at the moment, and I'll keep you guys updated. That section and a half, the extra half here, is now all complete. Oh, there we go. Get the lighting sorted. There is 8 hours and 24 minutes left on the clock. And my next plan, I'm thinking I work on these 1, 2, 3 sections all at once. Just because that way I can do all the colours at the same time. But I think that's my plan. I obviously won't finish all of that today, but I'll make as much progress as I can and check in with you guys as we go. We've just hit another hour mark. We now have just under 8 hours to go. So I thought I'd give you guys another update. I've started making progress on this mega free section in one section. So I've just started on some of the greens down here. And yeah, I'll keep working my way across this massive section. I'm going to have to call it a night there because I am very tired and it is time for me to go to bed. I made a little bit more progress on the green, and I mean, I guess in general I made quite a lot of progress today. I finished this first section over here, then I worked on this like section and a half. Like, this was a big section, and now obviously I'm working on these 3 together. So I've made such good progress today. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna get done today, so I will have to finish these greens tomorrow. And quick timer update, we have 7 hours and 39 minutes to go, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It's now the next day and I've finished all the green. My next plan is to start working on a little bit of the blue. I don't have too much time left before I have to start work, but the timer has 7 hours and 17 minutes to go. So let's just see how much we can get through before I need to go. Alright guys, 6 hours and 40 minutes to go on the timer. I've finished the blue. I finished the darker grey all the way along. And now I'm going to work on the number 2, which is this lighter grey here. And there's quite a lot of this across the entire section, so this may take a little while, but we'll see how we go. We are now at the 6 hour mark, and this is how things are looking. So we've made some good progress on the grey. And I just need to do the greys up here and then in the middle of the semicircle. And I think my plans are to do a time lapse
of all of the little like lines coming out of what I think is probably a halo, and maybe this column and the moon bit over here as well. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment, and I'll check in with you guys later.
If you guys have watched any of the other videos on my channel, you'll know I'm a big audiobook lover and I love listening to audiobooks while I diamond paint. I was in a little bit of a slump and I didn't listen to any audiobooks for a while, and then I started a new audiobook, which was A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Snyder. I was really enjoying this book at first, and then something happened in the plot that sort of put me off a little bit, and I was a bit stuck and I didn't feel like listening to it for quite a while. But you'll be happy to know I have finally overcome it. I sat down and I was like, no, okay, I need to just get through this, because I was really enjoying it at first. It's dual narration, which has been really fun. I really like when audiobooks do that, and I got through it. So now I'm 31% in. I will say it does still feel a little bit like you're listening to a train wreck as it happens, because you're just watching the characters make bad decisions, and that's not typically something I like reading in my books. But because the audiobook is so well done, and like now I'm about 31% of the way through the audiobook and I'm invested, I want the plot to happen. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I mean, look, it's a romance book. I want the characters to get together and I want to see it happen. But I feel like it's definitely a very, very, very slow burn. And I imagine it's probably not going to actually happen until the very end of the book. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen between now and then? It just feels like every time they take a step forward, something happens and they have to take 3 steps backwards. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with my audiobook. I will hopefully keep making more and more progress. And then I think I need to read something happy next, because this one definitely has already brought on the waterworks once. It wasn't even like that dramatic of a scene. I don't know, it hit me in the feels. And so I think I need something like happy-go-lucky, no thoughts, just vibes after this. And yeah, hopefully that will fully get me out of my slump. But that's where I'm at with my audiobook, in case anyone has been following along and wanted an update on that front. Let me know if you're listening to any good audiobooks so I can add them to my TBR, and maybe I'll listen to it next.
Alrighty, we have 5 hours to go on the timer, and this is where we're at. I still have the column to do. I finished a lot of the grey, but I still have the very centre circle to do. I've started working on the fairy dust and the AB drills in the halo, and I've made a little bit of progress on the moon down here. And that's where they're at. We have just under 4 hours to go, and I finished that triple section that I was working on. These special drills look so good. The grey is all done, the column's all done. Again, I love this fairy dust colour, the goldy rust sort of colour. It's so pretty. But yeah, this section was really fun. The grey did start to drag on a little bit towards the end. But, I mean, look, I did 3 sections in one, so of course the grey dragged on. That makes sense. Next up, we have these 2 sections left in this row. I think I'll have time to do both of them. If I stay on track for the 2 hours a section, I should do. So I'm probably going to work on these 2 sections together like I did just now. And let's get started. We're down to just over 3 hours to go, and I think I'm probably going to call it a night here as it's getting a little late. I've started lining up all of my checkerboards for the grey and green. I didn't quite finish all the green, but I'm getting tired. I don't know what it is, but I swear the grey and the green must have very slightly different like facet shapes. Because the grey ones, I feel like I really had to put pressure on the pen to like move into the correct place, and my hand was getting really sore. And then I did the green, and I didn't think I'd get as far as I did because I was like, my hand's already sore, like I should probably go to bed. But with the green ones, I swear they just fell into place. I didn't even have to nudge them. They just dropped right into place. So there's something definitely different about them. I don't know what it is, but this kit is just so stunning. And I know it's probably been relatively boring for you because all of the sections are basically the same right now. But we are so close to getting to the phase. Part of me is tempted just to keep going past the 12 hours, but like, I really need to swap back to another kit after this, so we'll see how we go. But anyway, that's it for today, and I will check in tomorrow morning.
So it's now the next day, and I'm going back in and filling in all of those checkerboards. I know I say this like a broken record, but checkerboards are just so satisfying. There's something about it where it obviously takes a lot of focus to line up the drills the first go round where you're setting up the checkerboard. But when you go back in and fill in all the gaps, it's so satisfying. There's something about it that just like, it brings me serotonin to fill in the gaps afterwards. It's also particularly helpful when I'm filming time lapses and things, because normally when I'm not filming, I am hunched over my canvas. Like, my posture is absolutely atrocious. However, when I'm filming, because the camera's from above, I have to sit much further back from the canvas than where I would normally sit. And I need glasses, but I also trying to like squint my eyes with my glasses on, just like big cause of headaches. So I don't like to wear my glasses when I diamond paint. And so if I'm like sitting further back trying to film a time lapse and I'm trying to like get the drills in the right place, particularly for some colors like grays and things where the little outline of the square isn't super visible, I feel like I'm squinting really hard. It's like really difficult to see, and my placement is pretty bad. So if I do checkerboards, then I don't need to worry about placement. I just need to get the drill in the gap, and that's all I need to worry about. So it's something I like doing when I'm filming these big sections of color blocking. It's definitely a lot easier when it's not a block of color, because you can very clearly see this is the square that's a different color to the square next to it. Like, the little confetti bits of the clover symbol and the 2 are really easy to see from a distance, but all of the 2s next to each other could not tell you where they start and end. So yeah, that's why you see me do a lot of checkerboarding in these time lapses. I do genuinely like doing checkerboarding, and it is really fun to fill in the gaps, but it also makes it a lot easier to film. So it's sort of like 2 birds, 1 stone sort of thing.
Good morning, guys. We have 2 hours to go on the timer. I've just finished filling in most of that checkerboarding. I just need to finish off this column, and then it's just this section in the middle to go. But we're so close to being done. I should finish this in the 2-hour mark, although the light grey symbol feels like it just takes so long. I think it's because you can't really see the like little square outline with that symbol at all, and so you have to concentrate a lot harder to try and place things correctly, and so it does slow down a little bit when I'm working on that drill color, but that's all good. I'm gonna keep working, and I'll update you guys once I've made some more progress. There's an hour and a half left on the timer, and I've finished the clover symbol, which is the darker grey, and now I just have the number 2 symbol, which is that lighter grey that I am kind of dreading doing. I think all this section down here where there's like already some like foundation there, that will go quickly, but it's just this big color block up here that I think is going to go really slow, and it will probably take me longer than like it would normally take me to diamond paint. And then obviously there's a couple of those cream symbols up the very top as well. But I should, in theory, get this section done with, well, the last little bit of these 2 sections done within the hour and a half remaining. And then it becomes a question of what section do I work on next. We did it, guys. This double section is now all complete. And that means that row 2... Oh, I tried. Row 2 is all complete as well. And so I think I've still got an hour left on the timer, which means I need to start another section. I'm gonna clear off my desk a little bit and flip the canvas around, because after the first 2 rows, I usually flip it so that the completed drills go over my desk away from me, just because I don't want the drills to hit the corner of my desk in case I like pop off or anything like that. So I'm going to rearrange the desk and I'll come back and decide what section to do after that. Okay, we are all flipped around, and while everything's off the table, I'll just give you another look at how it's looking. It's so beautiful. And guys, look, we're so close to starting the face. This section was so much fun, and look how good all those special drills look. Oh my goodness. Okay, so looking at what is in the next row, we have some like leaves over here. We have a lot of colour blocking here. Here we have a little bit of hair and the start of a lily. Over here we have more hair. Over here it's sort of the reverse of the other side. Again, a lot of colour blocking and more of those branches. We only have an hour. So part of me says maybe I should just do this half section here, and that way I can get it all done. And I won't be halfway through a section when the hour timer goes off. It does look like a pretty fun section. So you know what? I'm going to do this one. I've got all of my drills back and I'm now ready to go. I'm actually excited to work on some confetti. I feel like I've had a lot of colour blocking in the last row, so this is going to be fun to work on. And I'll hit play on the timer with 1 hour to go and I'll keep you updated. Just over 30 minutes to go, and here's how that section's looking. We've got a lot of leaves done, we just got a little bit to go, and then the background colours. So I'm pretty sure we're going to finish this section well within the 30 minutes, and I don't really know what I'm going to do after that. I guess we'll work that out if it comes to it. We have 15 minutes to go, and I finished that half section I was working on, which was so much fun, by the way. This section honestly was one of my favorites of the whole canvas so far. I just love this sort of like line blocking. It's like confetti, but it's confetti with not a huge amount of colors. Like, this is so much fun for me. Like, ultimately I'm single placing anyway, so confetti doesn't affect me in like the single placing sense of like not being able to use a multi-placer. I just don't like when I only place one drill before having to swap the color. So this was so much fun, and I'm debating what I'm gonna do with the last 15 minutes because I don't want to start a whole section, because I think I want to, after this, swap to a different canvas and do something else for a while. So I think what I'm going to do is, I have the color 2 already open because that's the color I finished this section with. And that's the color that's at the very top of this section. So I think what I might do is just slowly work my way down in the 2s. And I probably won't get too far from doing that anyway. And then that way I can just push the plastic cover back over, and I won't feel too bad about leaving a section half done. I think that's my plan. So I'm going to keep going for another 15 minutes and then we'll do a check-in and take a look at the whole canvas. Oh, it didn't ring. I thought it would ring. But anyway, that's it for the timer, guys. That's the end of the 12-hour challenge. I got through the grey and I started filling in some of the gaps in between. I'm going to quickly do some of these ones over here, and then I will do a wrap-up of where the canvas got to. Alrighty, this is where the canvas finished up. So looking across, we finished 2 full rows, although I guess only one of those rows was really in this challenge. And we finished an extra little section or half section down here. So we did this section, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm going to combine these 2 halves and the little bit here and say we did 8 sections in total in the 12-hour challenge period. This was so much fun to work on. It had quite a lot of color blocking, a decent amount of line blocking, and obviously we single placed the whole thing. So I am very happy with all the progress we made. I'm excited in the future to work further down this canvas because look how pretty she is. Oh, this is such a beautiful canvas. But that's it for today's video, guys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for future 12-hour challenges. And I'll see you guys next week for another diamond painting video.